One of you reach out via email asking to help solving a specific problem, and here are the requirements. So this guy, let's call him Tom, needs to create a simple mailing assistant that will monitor his Gmail, use a custom-built GPT assistant that can use RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, and this GPT, based on the knowledge it has, will create drafts and notify him that there is a draft waiting for review. I chose to use Telegram. He didn't really ask to be notified, but I think it can be beneficial. So for this scenario, I want to show you how to build this assistant using N8N IO. Lately, I build most of my automation using N8N as I find it the most capable and very easy to use when integrating AI, assistants, and agents. So let's dive in. As you can see, this is a really simple automation which uses Gmail module, OpenAI message for a custom assistant, another module that basically an agent tool that creates drafts, and there's a notification that being sent using Telegram. So pretty simple. Now, first step we need to do is we actually need to go ahead and create the custom GPT, which we can feed the relevant information. Now, because we're using API, we can't use the custom GPTs that were built inside the ChatGPT. It needs to be a custom assistant that was built through OpenAI integration platform. And for that, we need to go to platform.openai.com. You need to register with your account. Then we need to go to assistants. And here we can create a new assistant. Now, this is really simple to do. You give your assistant the name. Now, here you give your assistant the prompt and basically what it needs to do. You can write your own, or you can generate one right here using AI. After that, you choose the model your assistant wants to use. In this case, I think GPT-4o Mini will work just great. Now, here you can add the RAG capabilities. Basically, you just give it the information you want it to know so that it can do its job while replying to emails in the best way possible. Now, after the custom GPT is ready, we can go back to the automation platform. So here we add the message assistant block that you can find from Advanced AI, OpenAI, and then basically message assistant right here. Now, so resources, we choose the assistant, we want to message assistant, then from the list we choose which assistant we want to use. Now we define the prompt. Here we define how the assistant is going to behave, and you also define what is the input for the assistant, right? This comes from the previous step. Once you run the step, you will see there's a bunch of fields that you can select. So those fields in this case is the thread ID, which is very important so that when you reply, the draft will get attached to the same thread, the email body, so that the assistant will read and know what to respond, the from email address, and the subject. You can choose to pass other parameters. There's a lot of them. Now, this assistant is kind of like a mini agent. It needs to have a tool to be able to complete the task, okay? So the tool we're going to give it is the Gmail draft tool, which is basically, because you can give it a bunch of other tools and ask this assistant to do other things. In this case, I'm just asking it to create draft. So this is also easy to do. We click on the plus here, and then I just look for Gmail tool and select what I need. Okay, in this case, I created a Gmail tool. It is very important to give the right name and the right description to the tool, because this is how the assistant knows which tool to use. Even though in this case it just has one, but it still needs to know what this tool is doing. So we give it a description. This tool is used to create draft emails, right? And we pass different parameters to this tool. And you have a bunch of options how to. You can either manually select certain options, or you can say, let the assistant decide what parameter to pass where. For example, you can say for the subject, define automatically by the model. You can also use another way to do the same. And this is by saying from AI, and then you choose the parameter you want, message, and you just say, okay, This is what I want to assign to the message. But you can also just say, let the AI choose completely. You're welcome to play with it. Sometimes you need to tweak it. Sometimes the automatic is good enough and works perfectly fine. And like I mentioned, the important thing is the thread ID so that it knows to which email to attach the draft. This module is really, really simple. It takes in the chat ID, in which chat to respond. It also takes the output of the assistant and sends it. That's it. Let's run the flow and see how it works. You can see it took an email. Now it's generating the response draft. Let's take a look. And it sent a Telegram message to notify me that it's done. Okay, let's go here. This is the email it is responding to. Let's refresh it. And we can see there's a draft. You can see this is the email and this is the response. Now I can choose to, edit it or just send it. And that's the notification in Telegram I got that I have an email draft to review. By the way, what you see here is my advanced reasoning intelligent agent called Ira, and I'm building it also in N8N. And if you'd like to learn more about that, here's a quick pick, and I can talk more about that in my next videos. So hit the like button, follow me for more content on AI and automation. See you in the next one.